Well, it's a big day for us and I have a huge announcement for you all. So I'm standing where flipaquatics started in our original building, but unfortunately, we're getting rid of this building in 9 weeks. We are condensing to one building. We have a full-on basement over there where we can move all the fish. It actually gives us more space in this building. It eliminates a ton of headaches, a ton of walking back and forth in the cold, because right now we have two separate buildings with a parking lot with ice and snow, and it's just a ton of extra maintenance. And so we decided to condense the buildings and really streamline our operation. So we're really excited for it, but this is the final tour of our original location. Very sentimental to me. I'm gonna miss it, but you know, bigger times, bigger things, on to the next adventure. And so I wanted to do a final tour of this building and show you guys what we're working with, what it currently looks like. And then I'm gonna keep you along for the journey, do little update videos here. If you guys are a member of our channel, we're gonna be posting weekly content of the move and what's going on there. So definitely check that out. But let's get right into today's video. What is going on, shrimp peers? This is Rod with flipaquatics.com, and today we are talking about our original building where flipaquatics started over 10 years ago. And so this building, like we said in the beginning of the video, we are getting rid of it. We're really streamlining our operation. All of our livestock is going to be on the same floor. It's all going to be next to each other. It's going to be super convenient. It's going to be so easy for the shipping team. There's times where like they have to walk over here, check to see if there's a guppy. It's not over here. They go to the other building, check there. Not sure if it's there. Go ask us. Next thing you know, they spent 20 minutes looking for one of us. And so we're really streamlining things. So this is the final tour. And like this right here, where I'm standing, I used to have a bed right here. I used to sleep in here. And this is where like the grind started. And so it is sad for me to see this building go, but it makes so much sense. It really does. And we wouldn't make this decision lightly, nor did I want to just keep a building for sentimental value. So I have to move on to bigger and better things. So let me show you what this building looks like now. So first of all, we just built this rack, which I know we just built it, we're moving, but initially we didn't even think about, like this wasn't even an idea. Like no one had thought of it, no one had spoke it. And then once the idea came out, we're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And then we just kept coming up with ideas and yeah, so in 2 months, our lease for this building ends. So that's why it's kind of like, it came up, we don't have to renew and like a lot of good things. But this is the tour. So let's get into it. So first of all, kick on this little light switch. This is Gupp City. I think that's what they called it. Welcome to the new Gupp City. And so we have 2 aisles or 2 rows. Each one has 30 tanks. They're 5.5 gallons a piece. We do a lot with guppies. Now, granted, they're not all full right now, but like there are literally some absolutely stunning guppies. This is one of the favorites, and we got to show this one, the blue Moscows. These are just males. I don't think we have any females at the moment. We're gonna get some in once we move them to the other building. And so these are all going to be condensed to our breeding rack in the basement. Obviously we replumbed it so that each one has its own individual filtration. And then these racks are gonna be moved down to that same aisle and then refilled back up with new stuff. So there might be a small like 3-week window, 4-week window where our selection of guppies isn't as good as it's been, but we're gonna bounce back. We're actually gonna have way more tanks than we have currently for sale guppies. And so it's gonna be really good. And so this rack has been great. If you guys wanna check out our website, we have a whole guppy selection, and some of these are 50% off just because we have to get rid of them for the move. And so you guys are gonna notice over the next 9 weeks, some things are gonna be super discounted just to help move them quicker so that we don't have to move them from one building to the other. So this system works really good. We got all of our automatic water changes or semi-automatic water changes. We can actually show them right here. We have tap water, 50/50 water, and then our remineralized RO water, which just has GH in it for a low pH tank. So literally to do a water change on this rack, run that for 15 minutes. We already got all the valves dialed in. works great. So excited to get that moved to the other building. Over here, we have our filtration system. We're gonna be moving this to the other building, which is nice because now we only need one filtration system instead of maintaining two very complex, very detailed, very time intensive water systems. So we're literally gonna have one that decomplicates our entire process so much. So this all will be moving. This will be the last thing to move. We're gonna use our current system over there until this building is completely empty of livestock, and then we're gonna move this. And then obviously Leather and Liv's office is going to be moved as well. That's not actually their office, but the break room, we already started moving this. Let me turn on the light for you guys. We had a bunch of countertops and stuff in here. We moved those over to where we cook lunch. Not every day, but we try to. We got to move these over. This was my old office. The 480 was right there. Now there's a fridge, a water dispenser. We got a washing machine. We got storage everywhere, mat and filters all over the floor. Yeah, it's in process. So we're getting there. But this building, this room, done. A lot of great memories in here. Me sitting at my desk being stressed, looking at my 480 gallon, just being like, man, life is good. So, you know, it's tough, but it is the right decision. Then we go out here. This was our first big renovation of this building. Now, granted, we already renovated 2 rooms at this point, and this was like our, hey, we need more neocaridina. We need more space. So let's make a huge pond room. So I don't even remember. There's like 30 or 40 ponds in here. Right now, the majority of them are empty. And so we're not using literally 1, 2, 3 full rows. 1 row is dedicated just to Daphnia. 2 rows are dedicated to minnows. And then we have like our otocinchus back there, some water storage, some more water storage. So these are where we keep like our white cloud mountain minnows. So like I could show you one of the ponds. I don't think there's many in here, but this will at least give you an idea. These are just regular white clouds. We got the gold, we got rainbow shiners, we got the long fins. We got a couple different types of pencil fish and things like that. So all these are gonna be moved over. I can't imagine that we're gonna use all these right away or even set them up right away, but we'll probably do more like live food type breeding, like scuds, pond snails, Daphnia. I will show you the Daphnia. And this is our old guppy rack. We shut this down recently just because like the layout of it was just terrible. It was so hard to maintain. So literally we got 2, 3, 4, 5 current tanks still running on it. Those will all be condensed next door. We'll clean those tanks. We'll put them in storage until we're ready to use them again. But here we have our Daphnia colony. They need fed today. This one's hard to see because of the duckweed. This one's actually doing pretty good, but you can come down here. This is the best example. This is like a mature colony of Daphnia. You could feed your fish room off of this for a month and like literally have no problems at all. So like they're literally little water fleas and they're just a really good food, great for breeding. As far as breeding, what I mean is put it in your fish tank, encouraging them to breed. And so, so really great food. So these will be moved over probably last, but let's take a walk to the fish room. I know, Em, sorry, you gotta walk backwards, but we'll make it work. So come over here. And again, super sad. Look, my first ever dollar on my first fish room door. This was the first fish room or the first shrimp room ever. So you walk in and you got cords all over the place. Let me make this safe for you. Hold on. So let's throw that down. You come over here. Let's turn that off. We don't want to get demonetized because there's music going on. But you walk down here. This is our tetra row. Leather's currently working in here. We have all of our tetras. So ember tetras, we got neon tetras. These are all miscellaneous tetras. Again, a lot of low tanks because we're trying to get ready for the move, so we're not ordering crazy. And these are one of the first things that are gonna move. Then we got our cardinal tetras, and then we got our miscellaneous kind of tetras over here as well. Green neon tetras on the bottom. And then these guys came in. We didn't order these guys. This was an oopsie from our importer. They sent us electric blue rams balloon. So not sure what we're gonna do with those guys. We'll figure something out. Now this rack is gonna be the first one to move. And look, right around the corner, you can see our very own Olivia. So shout out to Olivia, also that she does, also known as Liv, also known as, what do they call you, the members? Liverpool, also known as Liverpool. So she has a lot of names, none of them great. And then this row is gonna be our first one to move along with Gupp City in the Guppy rack. We're moving all the live bearers first. The reason we're doing that is they use our tap water. So we already have tap water, filtered tap water in the other building. So it's really easy to move these to like our current breeding rack. And by breeding rack, I mean like that's where they're going, that location. So really easy transition to move these guys over. So this is where we have all of our endlers. We have all of our platies, our swordtails, and then we got a couple of my breeding colonies, which I'm excited to move over. I'll start here and then we'll kind of go backwards. These are our tiger teddies, breeding colony. We do not sell these currently. They're just literally the coolest fish ever. So hopefully once we get them to the other building, we'll get them breeding even more, get them up on the website. We got our breeding colony of panda endlers. We actually have the males on sale right now. I think they're 50% off. Again, just to help clear out some tanks before the move. And so, so definitely check that out. And then the last breeding tank, which again, I just keep making Em walk backwards. It's just very unfair to me. Yeah, that'd be terrible if you fell. And then this is our endlers live bearer. So this is a wild type, and these guys breed really good. They don't eat their babies. I believe we have these on the website. I don't think they're discounted because these ones sell really well for us. But this is our breeding colony of them, so super cool. Next up, we have Leather, also known as Leather Dog, over here just working away, working on some husbandry, taking care of her fish. Look, she's actually doing a water change on our blue dwarf gouramis. These guys are absolutely stunning. So this is kind of like our gourami rainbow barb row. This side is our carnivore row. So we got like the peacock gudgeons. We got the pea puffers up here. Looks like, oh, nice. Leather fed them live Daphnia, so they are just going to town. Looks like the big one's trying to escape. So the circle of life, you know, it is a good one. So good call, Leather, on feeding the live Daphnia. Let's go. So that always gets them healthy quicker than normal. And then we just have more pea puffers. Again, a few empty tanks in preparation for getting things moved. We're trying to only stock for the next like month or two, which I know it's busy season, not the ideal time, and it's cold to be moving a whole building. But with the lease and things like that, it's kind of like you have to do when you got to do it. So over here you can see Olivia spilling things, making messes. She's notorious for that, but she does clean up after herself 99% of the time. So we'll give her some credit. This whole row, we'll move this out. Sorry to interrupt you. I know that you're busy. You have a lot going on. I know that you and Em have a lunch date here in about 30 minutes, going to Chick-fil-A, their old stomping grounds, you know. And so this whole row is Rasbora. So like we have all of our chilies, which again, we have 2 empty tanks, but that's normal. That's not on purpose. We just sell chili Rasboras so quick. So it's hard to keep them in stock, but we've got chili Rasboras. Up top, we have all of our killifish. Down below is pretty much all green cubitais. People love their green cubitais. We got mirror Rasboras, exclamation point. We got spotted. Blue axle rodies is the bottom row. They've been super hard to bring in lately. So we might have to wait till summer to bring those back in because, you know, you don't want to just keep ordering things and they all die. So that's been tough. And then these guys are super cool. Rummy Nose Rasbora, one of my favorites. Very popular one. If you've never heard of it, check it out. Very cool blue color. Watch out. We're going this way. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, Em, see if you can fit. And then this row, this is our Cory row. All of our RO stuff is going to be the second thing to move, so like our soft water stuff. And then our 50-50 water is gonna be the last thing to move. At least I think that's the plan. I don't know, we got it all mapped out. It's gonna be good. So first of all, one of our best sellers, pygmy quarries. We got a whole bottom row pretty much dedicated to pygmy quarries. And then over here, this is our second best seller, the orange Venezuelan quarry. If you've never heard of them, they look like a green Aeneas quarry with orange in them. Super pretty. And then everything else is just a miscellaneous quarry on this row. And then over here, we have our Danios. So the whole top row and middle row is Danios. And then the whole bottom row is CPDs. So CPDs, again, are one of our biggest sellers. So they get a whole row dedicated to them. In the new fish room, they're probably gonna get even more than that. And so moving on to the last and final row, this is our loach row. So we keep like coolie loaches, gold coolie loaches, black coolie loaches, yo-yo loaches, dwarf chain loaches. We keep hillstream loaches, Borneo suckers, black coolie loaches. We even keep some doctor fish, otherwise known as Gara rufa. So if you want a Gara, get one. And then these guys are one of the best sellers, and they're super cool, great algae eater. These are our panda Garas, very similar to the doctor fish. The main difference is the striping. They have a little bit more of a pattern. And then up top, we have all of our freshwater gobies. On the bottom is usually where we keep our plecos. We only have one tank currently. And then we got a tank of Siamese algae eaters. And that's it for fish. And so this is our 2 fish rooms that we're currently running. All these things are gonna be broken down and moved over 1 rack at a time. Our goal is to move 3 racks per week. It's gonna be a lot, it's gonna be tough. And then our last and final room, this is kind of our filtration room. It's a little loud, so I apologize for the post-editing of this video. Over here, we have our RO machine and our RO storage. We will not be able to fit that big sucker in the basement, so we'll have to get rid of that, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure we can't fit it down there. We might be able to find a way to get it to the basement, but I think we'd have to get rid of our conveyor belt, which we don't use anyway. I don't know, we gotta measure it out, but right now we're getting rid of it. Might find a way to save it, I don't know. And then over here, we have all of our, this is where we mix our RO water with GH+, kind of get it to the right pH, the right GH. So you can see, we got a whole box. Some Shrinkable GH+, that's what we use. We literally use this to remineralize our water. Great stuff. Shameless plug right now. Get you some Shrinkable GH+. And guys, that is the end of the tour. This is back to the entranceway where we started the video. And this is the last time that you will see Flipaquatics in its original location. So be excited. In about 2 months, 3 months, you will see the new fish room revitalized. We might do some updates along the way. We're for sure gonna do it for the aquarium club, so definitely check that out. And if you guys are new here and you just think this is cool and you wanna see the new location, hit that subscribe button, because we want you to be a part of this journey with us. We're doing some really cool things. We have a lot of fun things planned. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of reminiscing with me where we all started. And I'm excited to see where we go from here. So you guys make it a great week. As always, God bless. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.